Why is gas $5 a gallon? And like, why do I have to pay rent? And why is rent so high? And why do I have to drive my car and get the gas that I have to get to go to the job that I have to pay for rent? Why do I have to do all of that stuff? And why are you making it so fucking expensive to do it? I don't even want to get out and pump my gas. It feels like getting out and just knowing someone's gonna fucking stab you. Why would you get out? And this is beginning. This is the beginning of life. What am I supposed to do forever? I have to get a fucking horse.
$8 for 11. This is too much. It's too much.
This is fucking insane. $7 for 10 slices of cheese? I need to get the fuck out of the US.
Everyone's been talking about their sphere ice and how outrageously priced it is.
This economy is so bad. $33 for toilet paper? We can't even afford to shit.
Oh my god, everything's so expensive now. $10.89 for nothing.
$13.99 for a goddamn watermelon. We're at the grocery store and the eggs are $17.49.
I'm about to show you $10 worth of groceries in America. Bread and eggs. $10 for bread and eggs. Good job.
The grilled beef, why is it $30? Who can afford that?
Let me go sell the car.
$40.60 for a fruit tray. Yeah, that's staying on the shelf.
Look at this, $6 fucking for a box of cereal. Who can afford this shit? This is fucking crazy. Then you eat this shit and your mouth gets stuck together with this bullshit. So you're gonna have to eat this to taste. This is crazy. What the fuck is the world coming to?
Recent US data support the angle. July 2026 inflation was 3.4% over year, and food prices were up 3%. Food away from home is 3.4%, shelter 3.2%, and gasoline was still 24.6% higher than yearly. Consumer confidence also recently fell to a 7-month low, with gasoline prices above $4 per gallon. Americans' cost of living crisis, the paycheck isn't enough anymore.
So what are we doing? Are we just quitting our jobs and living off the government now, or what? Because our jobs are not enough to pay the freaking bills, buy the groceries, pay for the gas, and buy all the things that you gotta have to live. And going out and having fun, you can hang that up, because it ain't happening on the paycheck. Might have to go take me out a whole ass loan just to live life. I mean, at this point, we just living to work, and there ain't no working to live, because we ain't living. I mean, at least I'm not.
So when do we stop being broke? Can anybody answer that? Because it seems like the longer we go, the worse it gets. This isn't even a political thing. It doesn't matter which side of the aisle you sit on. It's only been getting worse every year for, I don't know, the last 4 or 5 decades. If you look at other nations, it almost seems like as the time goes, their nation gets better, not just with technology, but with society and also their economy. And yet somehow we have cameras that can zoom in on your neighbor doing weird shit in their yard, and our economy still sucks ass.
My mom sent me an article 2 weeks ago that said 49% of people under the age of 30 in the United States are living at home with their parents. Not that we should ever compare, but use that metric to either feel good about yourself or maybe not being at home with your parents, or telling yourself, hey, it's okay. There are millions of other people in the same position as me if you are living at home with your parents. Everything's okay. Everything's okay.
I don't want to pay rent anymore, so I've come up with an absolutely genius plan to avoid paying rent. I'm going to live in the woods. I've got everything that I need to survive in the back of this car. Yeah, buddy.
I am the kind of middle class that is too rich for food stamps, but too poor to eat food.
Me and my wife, we're in the middle class, right? Lower to middle class. And we have 2 kids that are under 2 years old. We both work full time. which is the problem, actually. I'll get to that. But we were getting quoted, have been getting quoted, around $3,000 per month to watch our kids in daycare. And our mortgage is almost half of that. And so basically, we're left with about, I don't know, $1,500 to pay the rest of our bills and feed our family. And guess what? We don't qualify for any benefits or anything like that because we make too much. It's the worst predicament I've ever seen in my life. Like, what are we supposed to do? Honestly, I'm not trying to come off rude or anything, but I just don't understand how it's like this. We need some help, dude.
They said 57% of Americans can't afford to buy groceries, right? But for some reason, I come on the internet and everybody rich. Everybody's a millionaire. Everybody got money. Everybody's always on vacation. Like, what's going on? Because the math not mathing. It's really not mathing.
You think millennials and Gen Z are being dramatic about the housing crisis? I lived in this specific unit for a year. I moved out 4 years ago. I moved out in December of 2021, so 4.5 years ago. And you're like, yeah, Bill, that was a long time ago. The thing is, it wasn't that long ago for the price to have gone from $1,400, that's how much I paid to live there, to this. It doubled. This, 700 square foot condo, concrete floors. It doesn't even have floors. The units on either side, hardwood. This one, concrete.
Most of our parents, when they bought their first home that we love to talk about, they bought a 2-bedroom, and it was maybe 1,000 square feet. And most of the time it didn't have a garage. And so I'm looking at this going, where do those homes exist today that are not in an HOA, that aren't tied by like shared walls? Where are those small starter homes today? And I'm looking around here at all the build and all the new construction going in, and almost always those homes are 2,000 square feet or bigger, so double what starter homes used to be. And they're at least three bedroom, but oftentimes they're 4 or 5 bedrooms. They're 2 to 3 car garages. So, and you can't even buy a new home without buying into an HOA. We're building far too many large homes. We're building far too many NHOAs, and long gone are the true starter homes. What happened to the starter home? How do we get back to the starter home?
People are literally about to start having to choose between if they're going to put food on the table or if they're going to have electricity, water, and a roof over their head. Because every single time I go to that mailbox every month and I get out our monthly bills, in the past 2 months, a bill has went up. The sewer bill went up. That went up to $62 a month. It used to be like 40 something. Okay. That went up to $62 a month because they raised their rates. Our electric company sent out a letter in the mail saying that they were raising their rates. So now our electricity bill is high. Mind you, I keep our air set to like between 75 and 76 during the day. And then at night, we will knock it down to like 73. I try my best to literally cut the cost of our like monthly expenses. Tell me how last month I opened up my water bill, went to go pay my water bill. Y'all, it was $60. I about had a stroke. Okay, I'm not lying to you because I usually pay like between $30 and $33 a month for my water.
$4,200. That's what I bring home as a teacher. I've been teaching 24 years. I have a master's degree, and I'm bringing home $4,200 a month. I have daughters who depend on me to support them, to provide for them. Everything around me has gone up. My rent has increased. Gas prices just outside of Philly are astronomical. Grocery store prices. And my daughter loves crew. She wants to be a rower in college, and she's really, really good at it. But it takes funding, right? To get her, coaching and support and training that she's going to need to advance in that sport. And I would love to be able to support her and provide for her and support her dreams. But on $4,200 a month, paying my own rent, financial responsibility for everything, it's a little hard to do.
Y'all, I'm sitting at work and I'm scrolling on Indeed or whatever like that. And I came across a job. It was a director job, and the pay rate was $19. The job market is so like criminal because why do you think I'm directing anything or anybody for $19? Like, and it sucks because that's not even a livable wage. So the fact that's being offered for a director position, and I'm not saying some people can't live off of that because they literally have to and it's not their choice because of, you know, what the economy is, but I'm saying though, why are we offering $19 for a director position? Like we have to make it make sense. Like that's the problem I have with it.
People are not lying when they say that the job market is tough right now. I have not interviewed or applied in 5 years, and I think that it's worse now with maybe 7 years of experience than it is when I was trying to get my first internship. So, good luck.
I'm 41. I've worked for the same company for 15 years. I've worked hard, I've got promoted, I've climbed the ladder, and yet still I sit here drowning in debt. Is anyone else realizing that traditional path of working is not adding up anymore?
And maybe I've lost the plot, but I have to pay for my car, pay for my car insurance, pay for my car maintenance, pay for my gas to get me to my work location so I can work and get money and just pay for all those things all over again the next month. What the? Well, it's like it's just a circle. I'm not understanding.
So, you know, my lease is about to end and, you know, I'm apartment hunting, just looking around. And I haven't been apartment hunting in so long because I've been in my current place for about 2 years. And now that I'm looking, I'm like, oh, this is what they talking about. I'm looking at 1 bedrooms for $2,000, $2,100, 2 bedrooms, $2,300. I would never pay that for an apartment. I will never. And I know a lot of people keep saying, you know, just get a house, get a house. It's not that simple, buddy. When you have a house, your base mortgage could be $1,600, but all the other stuff you got to pay on top of that, you're paying a lot more than that. I know people paying $2,600 for mortgage, $2,700 for a mortgage. No, I'm not doing that right now. And then you understand property taxes, HOA fees, all that stuff that adds up. Having a house is not cheap. It's very expensive, and you need to be financially well off to have a house. And most people are not financially well off and they have houses and they're house poor. I don't want to be that person. Baby steps. Now, I'm thinking to myself, there's no way I'm paying that much for an apartment. But at this point, I have no choice. I had set up an apartment tour, and God be speaking to me. I set up an apartment tour. I knew something was off because the prices were a little down there. This morning, that same apartment complex I set up a tour for, they said someone got shot and killed this morning. Tour canceled. And my prayers go out to whoever the victim was, but yes, tour is canceled. I'm not about to go get an apartment someone just actively got killed at. So next option, at this point, it's looking like I might have to pay $2,100 for an apartment. I seen these one apartments, they were beautiful, gorgeous, in a good area, $2,200 for a 2-bedroom. I think not. I don't know what I'm gonna do at this point. I have absolutely no clue what I'm gonna do. I don't want to move to the hood. I don't want rats and roaches. I don't want shootouts, and I don't want my car getting broken into. I don't want to, live in a nice area, but I'm damn near broke every paycheck paying for rent. I don't know what to do.
Can somebody please explain to me why there's literally nothing that's middle class anymore? Like, you gotta live in trenches or you gotta live real high, pay thousands of dollars a month.
I am so freaking sick and tired. Being a single mom is dang near impossible. My rent's past due, power past due, car note past. Ever since I lost my job at the hospital, I can barely keep my head above water. The amount of responsibility is insane on one person. All the cooking, all the cleaning, all the bills, all the back to school shopping. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I've got a daughter with a birthday coming up. then another one in September, then another one in October. That's a sweet 16. And I can't afford anything. I've never felt like such a freaking loser. I've never not been able to pay my bills ever since I got divorced in 2019. Never not been able to pay for my bills. Now I'm trying to make a better life and get my education and move on up in this world, and nothing's ever been worse. But I'm doing so good in school. I feel like I should just quit and just go back to work, and maybe this isn't the right time to go to nursing school. Everything is so high. Gas is going back.
Imagine getting your paycheck and before you even have time to enjoy it, the money is already gone. Gas, rent or mortgage, groceries, electricity, phone bill, insurance, and then you look at what's left and realize there is no money left. This is almost nothing left for you. This is the reality many Americans say are facing right now. This isn't just about one expensive grocery trip. It is about rising cost of almost every people need to live, and something else is changing. Going out to eat used to be a simple way for families to relax. Buff dinner, a date night, taking the kids out for a meal. But restaurant prices are making that harder for many people. So some people are cutting back, not necessarily because they don't want to go out, but because they don't want one evening to destroy their budget. And housing comes the biggest bill at all. Rent, mortgage, payment can consume a huge part of families' income. Here's the problem. Who is responsible for fixing America's affordability problem? And how long can families keep absorbing higher costs? Because Americans don't just want politicians to tell them that the economy is doing well. They want to feel it in their wallet. They want to go to the grocery store without fear. They want to fill their gas tank without checking their bank account first. So what about you? What is hurting your budget the most right now? Gasoline, groceries, housing, restaurant, or something else? Tell me in the comment. Don't forget to subscribe and stay with us.